PWI 500 for 2022 has just dropped, everyone.
The 32nd annual, edition of the PWI 500.
But we're going to be looking at the PWI 500.
There you go, Roman Reigns at the top spot of the PWI 500.
So I'm going to click off of here for a second and go all the way to the number 500 spot and start from the beginning. All right, Dustin Wilson. Starting from 500, we have Dustin Wilson. Don't know him.
What's going on, Marty?
So much, bud. What's up?
We're filming a documentary. We're filming a documentary.
Alright.
That's right. On Dustin as rise to superstardom. An eventual collapse.
So every year, Pro Wrestling Illustrated comes out with a list. Ever since, I believe, if I can cheat real quick, 1991 is the first time it was ever actually publicized. And they made a list every year of the top 500 wrestlers in the world. So, I believe 91, it went from Hulk Hogan to Zeus. So, as the years go by, just 1 to 500, and I got ranked in 2022 as not the best worst, but last on the list, which from what I've been hearing from a lot of folks, that's what you want to get. It's either top 10 or the last one. My name is Big Dustin Wilson. I was Pro Wrestling Illustrated number 500 in 2022. I'm a part of the professional wrestling faction called the Goons. It's me, Killian McMurphy, Miles Millennium, Eel O'Neill, A.K. Willis, Rob Radke, Saul Esparza, and Nelson Bauer.
Who won't shut the fuck up on set?
Now we're fucking talking. No pun intended.
You wanna sit here, bud? I found out that I was on the list when I was in the group chat with all the fellas, and Rob Radke just sends a fucking picture of him on the list, Miles on the list, and then at the bottom, number 500 is me. And not just that, there was a picture of me. I literally threw my phone. I couldn't I couldn't take it. I just chucked it.
What significance does that position mean to you?
I wasn't even thinking about the significance of the number 500. I was...
Sorry, but that number though, it holds a lot of weight. There's 1, and then there's 500, and then there's everybody else.
But when you're in that moment, you don't think about it. The main thing that I was thinking about was, holy shit, I'm on PWI, and I'm ranked. I consider myself more so a manager, not even a wrestler. So the fact that I was on the list and people like Brock Lesnar did not make the list is insane to me.
Can you explain why Brock Lesnar didn't make the list?
Brock Lesnar didn't make the list because he didn't qualify for having enough matches. I don't even think I technically had enough.
Still a different guy. Oh my God, look at it.
I think the list is a wonderful promotional tool. My name is Killian McMurphy. I am a professional wrestler. I am best friends with Big Dust and Miles and all the rest of the goons. And in 2022, 254 in the PWI 500. The concept of the list is just cool. The top wrestlers in the world. What little wrestling fan that obsesses over wrestling video games and having a big roster wouldn't love to have a collection of the best wrestlers in the world. That's a cool concept when you think about it.
Oh, to me as a performer, it meant the world almost. It's actually like being recognized for all the hard work, all the pain, all the hours, all the sacrifices that you have to make.
That's something that people can't take away from me. Like, I'm sure you've seen, like, looking at the 500 list, like, there's a bunch of people who, like, don't work anymore. You know what I mean? Like, wrestling is like a quick flame. This was their chance to make history, and, like, somebody mystically stumbles on the online, you know, whatever March or April issue that it is, and stumbles over it and looks at 391, they're gonna see Eel O'Neill, and, like, you know, maybe they'll look me up. Hopefully I'm not dead.
Everybody wants to read their name on the list. You know, everybody wants to read their name. Everybody wants to open the magazine and see their name in one of those 500 slots. Even if it doesn't mean anything to you personally, you know, it's got to mean something to you professionally to see it.
I knew Dustin would make the 500. I had been saying Dust was going to make the 500. And I know what everybody's thinking. Oh, Killian's fucking full of himself. Killian's talking crazy again. Oh, Killian's got it all figured out. I'm fucking serious with this one.
Big Dust, 500, PWI, big old pitcher, deserves a spot. Have you not seen the stuff that he's done this year? It gives me like perspective, 'cause I'm like, just seeing all my friends on it, I'm like, okay, we can all get on it.
I said, hot damn, fucking right. Like, I think it's the right call.
If I can reiterate the story real quick and add something. So, I found out that I was on the list. The first thing I did after like picking up the phone and like collecting myself was call.
Nelly, you ready to film?
No. Chris Nelson, Nelson Bauer. Interview, take one. What's the title?
Being 500.
Being 500.
Nelly Bauer here. Beat him quick, because I don't get paid by the hour. Honey mustard right here. What about the tag team?
You are the Saskatchewan superstar, the Maple Leaf miracle, the awesomeness of Ottawa.
Nelson Bauer, Canada's greatest hero.
I met Dust in high school. Well, me and Logan were bullying people as they were coming into the class. And we saw you and did a Dusty Rhodes impression. And then, no, we just said, look, it's Dusty Rhodes. And then you went, Dusty Rhodes, baby, and did a whole fucking gimmick. And we were like, I like that guy. And then we were just friends after that.
Like, especially at the time, we were watching so much wrestling together. And that's kind of like how we bonded, was wrestling.
I ended up getting into wrestling. I went to Mark Harrow's school in his little barn in his backyard. And I was like, I gotta bring Dust here. Didn't think you were gonna do it at first, because sometimes you like to, like, yeah, I'm down for that. And then like, kind of like, don't do it. But then you did, and then you just kept going, and then now look at you. Goddamn star. Coming back to wrestling, I just want to hang out with my friends.
Don't stress yourself about it.
Yeah, I don't have to like worry. I'm just doing it for fun, which is why I started doing it for fun. Yeah. But I got burnt out way too quick, unfortunately.
Why'd you get burnt out?
There was just all this pressure, and I was just like, this isn't fun anymore. And then you start dealing with personal issues like alcohol abuse, and then it just like, it just starts to spiral. And then you're just like, I don't want to do anything anymore. I just didn't want to do it. Like, I still want to support my friends, but I just didn't want to go to training. I didn't want to go to matches, didn't want to go to shows. I just wanted to drink, to be honest with you. It kind of took over my life for a while there. So that was a tough one. Going to therapy and learning why I did it and like how hard I went at it. But yeah, we got a system in place. You can have certain days. It's moderation.
What's your plan? Give me like your short-term coming back plan.
Get back in the ring, get rolling again, get training. And then step one is to get booked. That's the fun part. I don't know where I want to do it. That's the thing. I don't know where I want that match to be, that first one, you know what I mean? I don't know where I want it to be. And then once you get the first one, the ball kind of starts rolling. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I'm pumped.
A lot of people have been 500. A lot of interesting people have been 500. My name is in a long list of people that are like talented and also, to be honest, odd. What if I try and fight every single 500 person and mark them on the list and cross it out one by one? It stemmed from that, like, oh, why don't we film our exploits along the way and see like what the number 500 spot means to these people.
If you don't get ranked next year, or if you get ranked higher, like, what does that mean?
The end goal of everything I'm doing right now is to be number 500 again. Because you're looking at this list right now, not one person has done it twice. And everyone wants to say, like, oh, this is the mark list. This is the list where it's all kayfabe and everything. But I personally don't give a shit. I am all for little, like, meaningless accomplishments. I want that niche shit. 2-time 500 ranked wrestler. That's a fucking niche accomplishment.
What are you doing today?
Today is the day that we go to fucking war. We're fighting Joe Rules at UWC. Joe Rules was number 500 in 1997. 2 months before the list came out, I was born. This motherfucker was ranked 500 before I was even like after.
You got absolutely memed upon.
Oh, it was so fucking good. Alright, so it's about 9:30. We're at Dick's now. Got to get some knee pads. It's what, January 7th? Dust has no idea that Killian and I have planned, instead of him and Dust versus Joe Rules and a mystery opponent, it's actually me and Dust versus Joe Rules and a mystery opponent. This will be my first match back, which is crazy. Really hoping it works out to where, you know, I'm Dust's tag partner instead of Killian, because I mean, that would just mean so much to me, and I know it would mean a lot to him.
Here.
Looks like we're going down, boys.
The hell, Nelly?
Or not. I we still went down.
Big part of professional wrestling that they don't talk about is how important it is to figure out how to get in the fucking building. You got that other fucking lens on your shit, lets all that extra light in.
In rear.
How are you? Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. How you been? Good. You ready for tonight?
I am. Let's
Best
go.
8 minutes of your life.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Joe Rules, PWI 500, 1997.
I'm the greatest professional wrestler of all time!
What's your involvement with UWC?
I am the honorable president and former heavyweight champion, Joe Rules. I'm a nice guy now, but behind the scenes, I'm the booker. You know, I put all the matches together and bring everyone out here and get it all set up.
Do you know what year in your professional career that you got 500 at?
I want to say about probably 5 or 6 years in. I remember exactly how I found out about it. At Pennsylvania Championship Wrestling out of Reading. the promoter there, Blaine DeSantis. I come into the building, he just comes up to me with a big smile on his face and puts his hand on my shoulder. And then he told me, you know, you're number 500 this year. And it was amazing, because I've read the PWI 500 since the first issue came out of it. Like, someday I'm going to be on that list, I always said. Not only did I make the list, I was number 500. That's what the people look at. They look at number 1, and then they look at number 500. From that day forward, I became the answer to the trivia question that no one's ever going to ask. It immortalized you almost, because, you know, I didn't travel, like, nationally, or, you know, I'm not, like, a big superstar or anything. But that's the one thing. That's the one thing nobody's ever going to take away. That's my claim to fame, number 500 that year. That's what people look at.
Joe Rules, how you feeling?
A little nervous.
Little nervous.
And you're coming out of retirement for them.
Yes.
How long has that retirement been?
I had my official retirement match, you know, as far as that goes in wrestling. That was, yeah, it would have been April in 2013. I had like a really quick match like 2-3 years ago, but nothing like what we're doing tonight, where it's like a full tag match.
What made you say, screw it, let's do it?
Battle of the PWI 500s. Yeah, that doesn't happen very often.
It does not. It does not.
I've never had muscles in my life, so it's thanks to that guy there.
That's true.
Okay, wait. I'm not doing the Steve Regal one. I'm actually doing the actual without the Steve Regal. Steve Regal goes like this. I don't see.
Can you explain to the audience who Steve Regal is?
Yeah, he was.
Huh?
This is not.
Film, save your show.
Oh.
We get to the building, and Killian's like, hey, come outside with me. And I walk with him. Miles starts to follow. Killian goes, don't follow.
He don't even know. Oh, is he taking him out now?
I hope.
I gotta get geared up now. Oh, shit. Killian and I had that in our pocket for probably at least a month. We were on the phone and we joked about it. And then I sent to the group, like, I'll kill Joe Rules. I'll beat up Joe Rules. Put me in the match. And we're on the phone and we're like, wait, should we actually do that? And it kind of like clicked. Like, wait, we could do that. We could get away with that.
I know Killian has always kind of had some, like, issues. Baby Rocky.
Oh, I got issues, huh?
Okay, Killian's always had issues with his back.
I have 3 degenerated discs, but that was also like in 2016 that was diagnosed. 2018. So I probably got more now.
Oh my god.
Because I'd be getting body slammed on the fucking floor. Let's show that right here. Oh!
Oh, that gotta hurt. He tells me this whole thing. My back, I don't know if I can do it. I don't want to, like, disappoint you. I'll do it if you really want me to. I'm so concerned for my friend. And I go, let's talk to Miles. If Miles says no, we'll talk to the other gentleman in the match. Andy Bivens. See what he thinks. Just like, at most, I was like, I'm not going to do shit in the match.
I don't want to film you getting changed
No, we'll cut it out.
as soon as we get to your hog.
Keep hogging. Dust don't even know what's about to happen. I haven't put on a singlet in so long.
One leg in.
I lost my Canadian singlet.
No way.
Yeah, I don't know where it is. It's gone. It's been a couple years, so I do love these things.
They feel tight? Good. Fuck yeah. Oh, there they are.
My old friends. This is the hard part. At least
Yeah.
these bad boys up.
What size are those? Are those kids 6s?
Last match I was in, I didn't even wear the boots. I wore my boat shoes. I did boat shoes Nelly.
Yeah, I remember that match. I was in that match.
Yeah, that was a fun match.
We crushed it.
I think so.
It almost made you want to keep wrestling, right?
No, I was done.
Oh, yeah?
I was so done by then. But I was going through shit, you know, personal struggles. But now that we're starting to get that under control and doing a very good job at it, now all of a sudden I want to wrestle again. It's kind of weird how that happens.
And you get to do it with your best friend.
I'm feeling good, baby.
Feeling good.
Where are the phones? I heard them.
You need a partner, bud? I heard Killian's not feeling too well. You need a partner?
Is this a bit?
Well, it's both. You need a partner or what? Dab me up.
No, not you. Not you.
You know what? I don't want to be your partner.
Is this a bit?
This is real. You think I put these on for fun?
Is this real?
This is real. Do you want a partner or what?
Let's do it.
Now can you dab me up?
Yeah, I didn't know this was real.
Of course it's real.
Oh my god, I might cry a little bit.
Don't.
I'm not even kidding. It's been a bit, buddy.
I know. 2 years.
2 years.
Let's do it, bud.
Holy shit. We still gotta have the same conversation. But really? You filled him in? How'd you fill him in?
It wasn't his first choice, obviously. We asked him and he was like, yeah, you can do that. And we were like, it's all we need, baby.
I don't know what's going on. What happened? Is Nelly wrestling? Do
The realization of like, oh, this is a funny bit to like, this is fucking insane. That like, because I love Nelly. Nelson's like, it's my brother. It's like one of my best friends.
Well, you didn't want me, first of all. It's kind of corny. I get it, but it's kind of corny. In gear. Miles is not. And you're like, no, I want Miles. Like, whatever. That was corny. But it's okay. We still went out there and lost.
I was totally surprised. I knew he wouldn't stay retired. I knew it.
I never said I retired, Craig. You have to stop saying that.
Take off your glasses.
No.
All right, hold on.
No. I'm so fucking scared.
Like, you think Nelly could go? You think Nelly could go? And in my mind, I'm like, yeah, Nelly could probably go, but like, I don't want to like push him.
Say that again.
What, that I'm so excited?
Yeah.
I'm so excited. I'm fucking pumped. It's gonna be a fun night. That's for sure. Hope we're on first.
You're on 7th.
I have some bad news. The Shamrock shooter, Billy McMurphy, has a injured back. So, we made a couple calls, and I got myself a replacement. While he is not on the PWI list this year, the next year he will, and the next year he will, and the next year he will. Ladies and gentlemen, my best friend, Nelson Howard! Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet their opponents.
How do you feel like you did?
Not bad. Bivens actually called, like, he was the face and he called everything. So when you're out here saying like, yo, Nelly, why you doing moves, bro? I didn't call that. He called that.
Oh, here it is! That's moving the back!
pulling up for?
Dude, you didn't do anything.
Got a Russian leg sweep.
Yeah.
Since when?
All right, buddy.
Tired, fat.
This is Killian.
Like Miles is
Did you
my
do any
fucking
any
shot.
put all back? Get that. Get that. Shit in my face.
For what?
I'm a real cat.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Of course. I got the manners.
To be honest, I love you guys.
I love you. I'm proud of you.
Honestly,
yeah.
You got shit you got to work on, but you had fucking
Been a
fun.
couple years.
And that's all that
Knowing-
fucking matters.
From a documentary standpoint, Nelly.
Yeah.
Tell me about what we just did.
What we just did was immaculate. We pulled off a very good idea that we had over a month ago. An idea that started as a meme is now reality. A person who was going through alcohol abuse is now going through sobriety.
Are you gonna stick with Dust throughout this thing? Like, where do you see it going next?
See what going next? Like the documentary?
No, the being 500 story in general. Like,
I hope
do you
he
want
gets
to?
on it next year. I hope he gets 500 every year because he deserves it.
Until then, are you gonna like keep doing these matches with him, or you could like, what's your idea?
Whenever the goons need me, I'll be there. We'll see what happens. The year has just started. We got a lot of time, baby. All right, let's smoke this blunt. Come on.
How you feeling? Honestly, gonna keep it real with you. I'm feeling a little. What's the word? What's the word of the day? Disenfranchised? Papa's gonna be the first person that we were gonna do on this tour. We were gonna do a no ring in Buffalo. Show got canned.
First things first, I want to apologize. I'm going to have to postpone Buffalo this weekend.
It's been a lot. It's been a lot of things going on.
Yeah, I totally get it. I figured, I saw that you had a lot of shit going on, so.
Yeah.
Then, kept trying to get it happening, tried for it for Mania, and I don't want to sound like this guy, especially on my own doc where I'm providing my own platform to speak. Just feel fucking out of it sometimes dealing with it. In wrestling, you have these ups and downs, and I recognize that. Sometimes you're going to be hot, sometimes you're not. As a person who's on the side of creating everything, it just kind of sucks sometimes.
I saw you write all the names on that promo. Yeah. I don't know where the fuck you are. Becoming a wrestler, I wasn't into wrestling at all, so I didn't know what it meant. And that might rub people the wrong way, these guys that live their life, eat, sleep, breathe wrestling. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I was just like, oh, that's cool. I'm the 500th best wrestler on the planet, according to 10 dudes and maybe one woman at this time. Did they have any women writing for the wrestling magazine at this time? Yeah, I know it was a boys club for the longest time. Talk about the fucking patriarchy. We don't want to get into that, do we?
It's a list that they believe that the majority of the fans that buy their magazine will like. But by the time you get past the first 20-25%, then it's a goddamn Federal Witness Protection Program list of names, isn't it?
PWI.
All right,
put
we
me at
did name
6
them, yeah.
behind
Not
a
even
guy
top
named
5.
El Hijo Vikingo. Can you name me 2 El Hijo Vikingo matches? I could go on and on. Everybody knows who the best is. If you went on social media the day it got dropped, everybody was saying that either me or Cody Rhodes, an old running mate of mine, should have been 1 or 2.
Man, I couldn't believe that in 2022, so many fans and wrestlers
put a lot of stock in the PWI 500.
If a magazine is coming up with a made-up list, they're gonna make up their criteria, and they're gonna stick to their made-up criteria.
You put out a list, fans are gonna have their opinions.
People just wanna yell and scream at the top of their lungs and go, no, 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 no. My guy should be number one.
There's the little part that says wrestling ability, but what the fuck is wrestling ability?
I've submitted for several years, never made it. This year is the year that I've worked the hardest. So whatever work you think it is, there's no coincidence there.
Eel O'Neill is a real wrestler.
There's two classes of people who complain about not being on the list. Number one, people who may have gotten, I guess, what we want to call snubbed.
On this year, I think I'm gonna fucking riot.
The other class is a whole lot bigger, and those people are the people that, as I said, wouldn't make a PWI 5000 list. Just try to get on it, and if you can't get on it, then do better.
Destroy.
Stand clear.
Probably half the fucking top 20 or 25 they come up with wouldn't be on the list at all because they're the shits, but they're featured in some fashion. It's how many people are fawning over you at the moment on the internet. We're not going for box office star power or in-ring talent. We're going for fucking going viral for being a goof.
I haven't been on it like the past 2 years, 3 years, whatever the last time I was on it, whatever. I don't want to seem bitter because there's so many people that take it so serious and they're like, oh, this is fucking bullshit. I'm not on the list, but these people are. It's like, stop fucking comparing yourselves to other people. Don't take your validity in life or in your career or in wrestling from what other people are doing. Focus on yourself. Why does it matter to you? Do any of these people know that wrestling is not fucking a sport of fucking valor and fucking not? What do you, it's fake. Don't take your validity in life. Don't derive it from a list of what these other people think. Don't let their opinions weigh on you more than your own. Dude, I ripped my pants.
Oh shit, you did it!
Just spoke about this.
Nice. Okay, wait.
So the first time I was in the PWI 500, I believe, was 2002. No, I'm sorry, it's 2003. That's what it was. 2003 was the first time because I started training in 2001. I had my first match in 2002, and then I was in the PWI 500 for the first time in 2003. The first time it happened, it was really cool. My mom and my older brother went out and bought the magazine so they'd have it, and it had the whole like APW, da-da-da. I was called Psycho Seth back then. I hated the name. I really despised it. And it was really cool the first time. But what winds up happening is after the first time, it really does lose its value to you emotionally, and it becomes this thing that unless it's like your top 10, it doesn't really matter, especially when you realize how arbitrary it is. First of all, it's really hard to find 500 wrestlers. So a lot of guys are just going to get sort of put on the list to fill space. When I started out, if you sent in your $35 and your bio, you were in. It didn't matter what else happened. Your career didn't matter. What you'd achieved didn't matter. If you were actually a wrestler, didn't matter. You just had to have your biography filled out and then your $35 and you were in. The comparison I'd made at one point about the PWI 500 is it's similar to losing your virginity. The first time is really important to you, and it's this big, fantastic thing, but the older you get and the more times you appear in the PWI 500, you realize how kind of meaningless it all is, and how meaningless especially that first time was, and how when you're first in the PWI 500, you're probably at your worst professionally, whereas the final time you appear in it, you might be at your best. And it's always going to mean more to be at your best and to have people judging that work than to have people judging your worst work. And while there are certain people like, your Obvious, your Dean Malenkos, your RVDs, your guys who are in major companies that were known, there was a little thought put into the order. For the most part, it becomes arbitrary after maybe the top 25. At that point, you'll see a lot of weird, like tag teams are almost always next to each other, regardless of what the individual accomplishments are. They'll usually put them a couple spaces apart just to sort of give the impression that there's real thought put into it. You'll see things like one person will be on the main roster of WWE and they'll be outranked by a guy who only worked for IWA Mid-South. Because for some reason, the guy in IWA Mid-South who wrestled in front of 14 people, 12 times a year, His career was apparently more impressive than the guy who's wrestling 300 days a year for WWE somehow. But that's kind of what I mean when I say the list is arbitrary, because by the very nature of the industry, everyone with a contract should outrank every single person without one. And then it would be a completely separate list of like independent guys, or it would probably go United States major companies, international major companies, then independent guys all mixed in, right? And if we're doing that, then you realize that the thing that actually gets you that position would have nothing to do with your real accomplishments, but rather the sort of tangible ones, because, well, he won 75% of his matches. Well, so what? Does he have a contract? No. Is he paying his bills with wrestling? No. Then does it really matter that he won 75 matches? Because those 75 matches didn't do anything for him professionally. It's very easy, especially when you're young, to feel impassioned about this because the iconic nature of the PWI magazine and the 500 list, but really, it's like any ranking. If it's not based on demonstrative fact, like if we were talking about ranking for going in the Major League Baseball Hall of Fame, that's based on actual statistics of things they've done in baseball. With wrestling, so much of that, oh, well, he was the longest reigning WWE Tag Team Champion ever. I wonder why. Anyone can be the longest reigning tag team champion ever. Like, it's not a real accomplishment. It should neither be something that harms you, nor should it be something that emboldens you. John Waters had a statement that I was very fond of where he said, read the good reviews twice, the bad reviews once, and move on. And I think this is how it should be with the PWI 500. I mean, if you were 500 in the PWI 500, and you were,
yes.
So what? I mean, I was 183, so what? I think, I don't know, I was probably 183 one year. But it becomes that whole idea of like, why am I deciding my personal value based on a third party? Either I'm proud of what I'm doing and it's rewarding me in the ways that I feel are valuable, or it's not. And someone else appreciating it or someone else liking it or not liking it shouldn't affect how I feel about my own work.
Kevin, Kevin, if we were to Space Jam your power, what would your power be?
I would just be in the office then. They're like, God damn it! All these West Coast wrestlers want to get on the PWI.
Just like, dude, this shit is really fucking hard.
Yeah, dude. Oh, there's so many talented.
Where's Kevin?
You know who would be good at this? Explain for a second the significance of the PWI 500.
The PWI 500 is really kind of a unique fixture in the wrestling industry. Kevin McElvaney, Pro Wrestling Illustrated Editor-in-Chief. I've been full-time editor-in-chief of PWI for the last 3 years. The magazine that goes back since 5 years before I was born. We used to have this big staff of writers. Now we're kind of spread out. I'm the one guy in the office trying to sort of keep it all together. Sometimes against my will, being the face of the organization. I grew up reading PWI, The Wrestler, Inside Wrestling, Sports Wrestling Review, basically anything. This is a ranking that tries to measure it by some, supposedly objective standard, but we have criteria. We try to look at things in terms of, wrestling as a sport, where wins and losses matter. And a lot of people think that's silly for some reason, but I'd argue that it's actually really important. Anytime you hear someone talk about a wrestler, not being ready for a position, or this person didn't win enough matches yet. Watching wrestling for decades and thinking about it and debating about it on the internet and with our friends, we think that we're above this supposed kayfabe metric, and no, it influences everything all the time. And the PWI 500 is kind of the annual zenith of that, I would like to think.
Can we get a guest referee for this? One of the editors.
I have heard criticism that we are regionally biased, or that we don't rank people from such and such area, the West Coast, Canada maybe. These are areas where in the past, when we've noticed that or we've gotten those complaints, we've made a concerted effort to pay closer attention, to try to get writers on the ground in those areas that can talk about those wrestlers and what they're doing. In some cases, somebody feels that we're not seeing them because they're in a certain area. It's because they're kind of limited to that area. And if we're not, seeing them show up somewhere else, if there isn't video being circulated of that, where, it's streaming somewhere or available on an iPay-per-view, to use a very old term, maybe there's room to step out and get in front of us a little more. So I think it goes both ways, where we can do a better job of noticing these different areas and reacting to them. But also, I think it's important for the success of the industry itself and wrestlers working in different areas and promoters booking different places. Do what you can to get different eyes on you.
could say he was trying to do the safety dance.
Big
Everybody
Dust.
look at the pants.
No more none of that. All right, no more.
Wait! Pants! Pants! Just look at
WWE, WCW, even AEW to an extent. Do you think professional wrestling is just like inherently East Coast based, like East Coast bias? Do you think like by nature?
I think there's something to that. I don't think that has always been the case. You know, if you look back a few decades, the West Coast scene was a little bit more vibrant. If you look back in the 50s and 60s, golden age of television, you had the Midwest was really where it was at in a lot of cases because they had these nationally televised shows in some cases. But yeah, I think a lot of times you have these promotions that are running. I mean, we'll just go back to the old New York and Atlanta thing. If that's where those promotions are headquartered and they tend to run more shows there, and they tend to keep their eye more closely on talent that are based there, then I think naturally it's, at least in the US, it's going to be more East Coast based. But I don't think it has to be like that, and I think it is short-sighted because you have talent everywhere, whether that's the West Coast, Midwest, Southeast, Southwest, Canada, Mexico, Japan, Europe. There's so much great wrestling out there, and the unique challenge that we have now as people covering it, but also as fans, is to try to keep an eye on it and see what all the good there is to see. What the magazine did when I was growing up reading it, it made these things visible that I would have no way of knowing about otherwise. In this case, the cool thing is we can make these places and these wrestlers more visible, and then people can go and check them out. And I think that's pretty awesome. When I started at PWI, I think I mentioned 13 or 14 years before I was in the editor's chair. It was a good 4, 5, 6 years before I was even allowed in the 500 meetings. That was not taken lightly. Because this is something that goes back so far, and because a lot of wrestlers do, for better and for worse, take it very seriously. And I think it means sort of what you want it to mean. Someone like Cody Rhodes, I know he's talked in the past about that being a big goal of his, to be #1 in the 500. Kenny Omega, when he was #1, the most recent time, he spoke to the magazine about, you seek to win the admiration and respect of the fans, of your peers, but also just people who are supposed to take this 360 or 5,000 foot view of the sport. Essentially, that's what the 500 is. And you could argue we do it well or we do it poorly, but it is a metric for that. So it is what you make of it, I think. The top 100 really is pretty prestigious. We do spend a lot of time figuring out who's going to be in the top 100. But the top 500 outside of that top 100 is easily the one we will be the most deliberate about, because there's sort of a significance to that spot, not just being the last one on the list, but usually someone who is in that spot, it is because we want to single them out in some way. Whether they did something that was like really unusual, humorous, or, I mean, to use a word that maybe I shouldn't, gimmicky. Nobody in that 500 spot has been like a bum or a nobody or like terrible. Everybody who has been in the 500 spot has been fantastic on some level. They're notable. There's a reason that they are number 500. I don't know if you could say that about, I don't know, somewhere in the 490s, lower 490s, or 480s. There are probably some people who had a few good months and they happen to catch the eye of somebody who ranked them. But that 500 spot is really a specific kind of marker.
That fucking one scene, it was like a Chipotle bag.
Something crazy.
It was this. It was a fucking Chipotle bag.
What? Oh my god, it was like a brown Acme bag or some bullshit. Just had like knee pads.
I'm like, no way.
Bro, I'm here to work.
Dude, I'm wrestling.
Yeah, come back here. Come back here. Double down is my angle slam, so it's just gonna be. He's gonna have me.
I think Kevin sucks as a ref. He didn't even count a pin. He didn't count a DQ. Nothing. I think I'm starting to understand when people call him useless. have just arrived at the Rusty Rail Brewery. It's a beautiful location. I was kind of stunned. We're gonna sign Nelly up for the big goddamn fire jerky gauntlet.
In front of them.
We're gonna hope we're gonna win that, and then we're gonna have the press conference. We're gonna have fun.
Nelly, you can't lose the belt
You
to a
can't
piece
lose
of
the
jerky.
belt. Yeah. It's just a piece of jerky. It's literally dried meat. It's just a piece of jerky. It's literally dried meat.
We're gonna put this championship belt on the line against the jerky.
Okay. So if you lose, the jerky gets the belt?
Yes.
Okay. That sounds fair.
We were explaining the levels of high. It's like substantially hotter than the one chip challenge, which is like 2 million. The last one is 3 million goals. Nelly's got to work tomorrow, so let's hope. Let's hope.
No drink of any kind allowed during the challenge. Gloves are recommended. Oh, fuck. There will be 3 rounds of jerky, each round increasing in heat significantly. You have 1 minute to eat your jerky. This is Nelly versus food. Shit. We're fucked.
Are you nervous now?
Yeah.
Get up there and do some heel work.
Who wants to challenge me for this title? The ECWA Legacy title. I'm taking on Bad Johns, who want to take on the Bad John Jerky. Who wants it? Who wants it?
We got one guy. We got one guy. We got
One guy, all right. This guy!
Nelson Bauer defending the ECWA Legacy Championship. Where's your mindset at right now?
I'll be honest with you. This might be the toughest challenge yet.
Not bad. The long sleeves, maybe not the best option.
No.
Feel free to strip naked.
You're unfazed.
I've been eating them all week.
That's crazy.
I had to test them.
That feels like cheating.
Oh boy!
This ain't good.
Somebody get that boy, Buck. Oh, he's out.
Fuck right there.
Go, Nelly, go! Go! Nelson Bauer, can we get your thoughts on the contest?
Your thoughts on the jerky?
That's just fine. Just I ate my lips.
You did say
Alright, 5 seconds.
Still the champ, baby.
I ain't seen nobody beat me for this. I need more milk.
Hey, why are you drinking milk? You didn't even do the challenge.
He loves milk.
I just love milk.
He loves milk.
I was the milk guy.
Sorry, I couldn't do it, boys.
Dude, you ate some of it. Yeah, you did more than anyone else here did.
Yes.
Except 2 people.
I just wanted to get one. I was like, I'm gonna...
You made it to the end.
Yeah.
That's the thing to me.
Yeah, you almost got to the point where you're eating a second. No, there was no.
There's no way.
Covered in milk. What matters anymore? That was death. That's
At least he's not lactose intolerant.
I'm in pain. Immense pain.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a press conference, which means we are going to open the floor for questions. This is for Mr. Glamrock and Mr. Dust.
Yes.
So you guys are fighting for PWI ranking supremacy tomorrow. Mr. Dust, you were 500 last year. Mr. Glamrock, you were 500 1999. How do you guys feel going into this match tomorrow?
Hey, thank you, bud. It has been an honor to be your Mr. PWI 500, the only one that has ever mattered.
PWI Mr. 500 1999. The last of a millennium. The most powerful rockin' PWI 500 for the next 22, 23, 24, 25, forever years.
All right, Kevin, what's your question? Who's it to?
Is that dude sitting on that dude's lap?
Are you upset he's not on your lap?
Be honest! Cheap seats, hey, cheap seats. Come up here, Toots. Get on your motorized scooter and get up here.
Your AARP's gonna run out by the time you get up here.
We got one question. Who the f can drink these beers quicker?
I fucking love this country so goddamn much.
God bless America. Land that I love. You stand beside her and you guide her through the something and the something else. This shot probably
I need something to block this down.
Are you okay?
Absolutely.
Is that Shrek the Christmas special or Shrek 2?
No, don't even stop. You're making me fucking mad right now.
We're gonna go on a parade.
Parade!
Are y'all lost? Be honest.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I think everyone should be in one vehicle.
Yeah.
Like a big double-decker bus.
Parade! The fabled super. Parade!
I'm gone away, and it won't be long. I'm gone away, and it won't be long. I'm gone away, and it won't be long. Just sure as that train leaves out of that mobile yard. Just sure as that train leaves out of that mobile yard. Just sure as the train leaves out of that mobile yard.
Feds.
Just sure as that train leaves out of that mobile yard. Just sure as the train leaves out of that mobile yard.
Later. Brother, this guy stinks.
Shake a hand, tell your baby goodbye. Come shake a hand, tell your baby goodbye. Come shake a hand, tell your baby goodbye. I'm going back to Tennessee. I'm going back Memphis, Tennessee. I'm going back
Anyone want a shot at the ECWA Legacy Championship?
Bad John's
I know
only,
you
though.
do. I'm
Bad
seeing you
John's
looking at
only.
it.
We gotta give him some flyers to these folks.
Y'all want to see a wrestling show?
This audience is dead.
What is up with this McDonald's sign?
Hey, I was wondering that too. What's with that? What's y'all with explain that? Keep that skateboard. Here. I'll give you this. This is for tonight. 3 o'clock. Professional wrestling at the Rusty Rail Brewery Company. You more movement.
5 minutes. 5 minutes. You want to go? I got a question. What are they going to do if there's a fire?
They're going to blow it out.
But they're in the parade. They made a commitment. They paid for a spot. You know? Parade.
We are here. Rusty Rail Brewery. We're rocking and rolling. We're going to have a good time.
Did you notice my knee? I may have hurt it in a 5-minute match. Ain't that some shit?
There.
Look at you. Hot dog.
Yeah. See, they spelled it N-I-G-T there as well, but it is N-I-T-E. I got fancy with it, right? I got fancy. It was a little shorter, a little more marketable.
Yeah, of course.
Except that everyone spells it wrong.
Absolutely.
So maybe it wasn't more marketable. But yeah. Vinny Lee Glamrock, formerly Vincent Goodnight, PWI 500. 1999, the last of the millennium. Just checking it. I always, when I started out, I took notice of what companies were in PWI. It's like, okay, I want to work towards those companies, the companies that are always getting the attention in the magazines and getting that. So when the list came out, I didn't know anything about it yet at that point. I mean, I knew about the list, but not if I was going to be in it or not. So to open it was great to see where I was, and then I saw it was 500, and it was like, damn, and I was like, knew right away that that was the spot to be in. When I was a kid, I said, I will wrestle on WWF, even if I'm the guy who gets beat up in the ring. And I always look back at that and thought, why did I say win a Royal Rumble or something, you know? Did the match on Metal with Test and Albert and Trish.
Yeah, that's the one that we were familiar with. We were watching one.
Someone posted it for me, and they put clips, which was great, but they put all the clips of me getting knocked down. We had a little fire in that match, and they didn't clip the fire.
What do you think you did in that year to be 500?
I started working for PCW and ECWA. I remember going to a PCW show, and I took my videotape and I handed it to Blaine DeSantis, and then he liked the tape, and then he sent it onwards to Jim Kettner in Delaware. And so getting with those companies was the first step, because PWI would be at the ECWA shows every month. I was ranked a couple other times afterwards, but 500 is the one people remember.
Do you take the most pride in your 500 spot because it was your first time getting the list, or 500?
Both of those, but the 500 spot, I think. That's what I take the most pride in. I think because it was 500, but together it's like, oh, what a way to start off, you know? That was a cool way to start off. So.
What are you gonna get this year?
Man, I don't know. See, I got to send my shit in. That's what I got to do. I got a little list of stuff. I need more matches. I got to win a title here somewhere. Maybe if I beat Big Dust, that'll be enough to get me on the list this year.
He ain't going no.
One more.
Couple matches away from Vinny Lee Glam Rock. We got a simple match called. I think it's gonna be fun. I'm a little nervous, but it's like it's that good nervous. So we'll see.
Just got done the match. The crowd had a good time. Gotta learn to breathe a little bit. Gotta know to not start like blanking when things don't go my way in a match. Like not Douglas playing. I gotta learn to keep it up, keep it going. You know, I had a good time. I think it's a learning experience. That's always, and I'm gonna. Let's keep getting better. This is me with a fan.
Hey man, thanks for taking some time to meet with me.
I'm doing my Make-A-Wish.
I bought the VIP pack for $500. You get the kiss, right? Yeah. Wait, he said we could get. Wait, no.
It's a kissing package.
Yeah.
Are we red or black?
My second WWF match, I talked about, I think the other day a little bit, but it was in State College, Bryce Jordan Center, with Taka Michinoku. So it's kind of cool that State College was here.
That's
with Keaton Ellis today.
Yeah.
Now with my Nebraska roots, it's kind of tough being in there when they're chanting New York Penn State. I had a great time making art. Thanks, brother. Let's take a picture. Yeah.
You can get the championship as well. They were electric, that crowd. All right, so we're here at the Rusty Rail Brewing Company, and I just got word that Shockwave the Robot, PWI 500 2009 is here. He's here, and I'm gonna get him.
Hey, buddy robot man. Look at you. What is this? What do you make Fisher Price looking at? Look at that metal pipe looking at. No, we don't gotta do this. It's fine. Hey, I was just doing a joke. I was just doing a joke. It was Ben, you can help me.
No, man.
We found Brian Hardy, number 2012. He's doing all right. He seems to be having a good time. He's still at it. Good for him. We'll hit him up, see if he's down to do something.
For you pieces of trash that don't know who I am. Hey, you better shut that thing up before I come over there and shove it up your butt.
Sports entertainment as we know it is going down the drain. I plan to ignite the flame of the sport of professional wrestling once again.
You just gotta do what you love in this lifetime.
Oh, what the hell are you doing to my car, man? Man, this one's for Terry Funk. For all the naysayers, for all the bitter, grizzled vets, for all the vets that helped me along the way, for everyone that ever believed that dreams do come true. But get a look at these boots. Get a look at these boots right here. These boots are made for walking. See you later.
I've been in contact with the promoter for 1CW, probably the biggest indie promotion in Delaware. Honestly, very special to Dustin and I. 1CW is where we started the Goons, and I know that 1CW has a relationship with Brian Hardy, who was the 2012 PWI 500. So I hit up the promoter for 1CW, got their schedule from somebody else, figured out a date that would work for Dustin. Hopefully it works for Brian. But we'll clear it. He's not calling, I just forgot what I was going to say. So I followed up with Carlson, and I pitched him the idea with details and the specifics of the July 8th date.
And I got a message from one Brian Hardy that said the show has been pulled.
Damn, we were just talking about that today.
I'm not happy. I'm a little upset, a little frustrated.
Touch base with everybody.
Yeah.
Just like that 1CW is running a lot, so we can get that match in one of the shows.
Exactly. That's my thought. The whole Brian Hardy match got fucked. The Brian Hardy match was originally canned. It was originally scrapped. The owner of the venue had a goddamn stroke. My God. That's absurd. So...
We got the fucking Brian Hardy match.
Word.
September fucking 9th. He's available. 1CW's running. We fucking got it.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye.
I just tried to go pick up Nelly and nothing. He's not at his house. I tried talking to his mother. His mom didn't know. I don't know if he's like with his ex or if he's drinking or something, but
But I got a show to go to, and I'm pretty worried. So I don't know what the fuck to do. I don't know what the fuck to do. I wish I was coming with you with better news, but sadly, I just had a pretty crazy health scare. I won't be able to make this weekend, sadly, and I deeply apologize. I'm just trying to get everything figured out with my my body first.
Hey man, nah, sorry, I just got a chance to listen to this message. Yeah, that's kind of a doozy. Well, first and foremost, before anything, your health comes before anything. So I feel, sorry about the situation that's going on with your health, and I hope that everything with that goes, better for you. To me, no offense, it's most promoters would get on and scream at you and tell you, bro, this is all your fault now, and blah, 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 and this and that. And, like, I'm not going to lie, like, when I first heard the message, I was pretty upset, like, to be honest with you. And I mean, like I said, that's nothing, no ill will towards you or anything, but it was just like, shit, man, like, I just invested, like, over $150 into posters with pictures of me and you on it and stuff like that and everything. And then it's something that was supposed to be a really huge deal then turns into absolutely nothing. So that's the only part of it that, I don't even like to use the word upset. I'll just say I'm unfortunately disappointed. Once again, that has nothing to do with, you in that sense. I mean, it does, but it doesn't. Anyway, dude, seriously, I do wish you the best. I hope that you get better, and I hope whatever you have going on, you get figured out and everything like that. And I'll say a prayer for you. So, all right, man, have a good one.
How you feeling?
Me? Feeling good.
Your journey has had a couple of hiccups, a couple of bumps in the road, correct?
To say the least.
We had a show at ECWA, and you were asked to come do a pre-show match, correct?
Possibly, maybe be in a scramble. Killian just put in a good word for me. I was excited to maybe do something on the card, even in something like a pre-show scramble. At least you're getting your face out there, your name out there.
What happened?
I got hammered the night before, and into the next morning, I lied to Killian and Dust about why I couldn't make it, but I was too far gone to wrestle, let alone face my friends. So, yeah, it was not a good time for me. Dust sent me a voicemail. Sent me two voicemails. One that was pretty normal, messing with me, and then the second one was a little bit more scared and serious, and that made me feel really bad. Yeah, not a good day. Not a good day for me or anybody. Once I started getting hammered the night before, when you have leftover the next morning, the party just doesn't stop, and you just keep going and going and going, and by that point you're too far gone, and you can't, there's no way you're getting in the ring, and then you just feel embarrassed because you missed the show, you missed what you needed to do, so then you just don't even want to face your friends or talk to them because you just feel so low. That was definitely a low point. There's hiccups in a journey like sobriety, and that was definitely one of them. There's probably going to be more. I'm not going to be perfect in it, but the goal is to get better and stay better.
How you feeling, baby?
Not well. Not too well. I have come down on some unfortunate financial issues. I have a very, doomer mindset. Like, when one thing goes wrong, it's another thing, and then it's another thing, and then it's another thing. I'm not very good at letting that frustration and that almost fear, I want to say, out. It's just clouding my head. It's been a rough week. It sucks because I'm trying to promote and I'm trying to put out good content, but my mind is just all over the place on these 80 other issues, and I'm finding it difficult to talk to people about the issues. And I'm finding it difficult to be honest with people about the issues. I'm starting to worry about my future and my place in wrestling. Not even just wrestling, just media in general, like what I want to do. I mean, I have all these lofty goals of wanting to be a performer and something great, but I'm scared that I have made too many wrong decisions, and I'm scared that I'm heading to a place where I must stop.
You got that for me?
I did. You were having a bad day. We were going to have Christine surprise you with it, but you're having such a shit day. I'm like, I want to surprise you with it today.
It's a robot. What the fuck am I going to do against a fucking
Robots are very expensive, apparently. I hit up ECWA and I said, if I paid for it, would you be interested in doing one of these matches for the Dustin being 500 angle? And almost immediately Ryan, who I owe a lot to in general, was like, yes, I would love to. So I threw out some names, and one of those names was Shockwave. And Shockwave the robot got back to me. People want to see Dustin versus Shockwave. Like, whether it's Twitter, whether it's the fellas, whether it's you watching this right now, people want to see that match. Funny robot. So, like, I'll pay it. I don't care. I have a lot of money. I'm very wealthy. I could help Dustin whenever I wanted, but instead I'm going to make him get beat up by a robot.
He's like Eggman.
I'm exactly like Eggman. Where's my drink? I'm also a bad influence on Chris. You don't think I'm a bad influence?
I'll cheers to you not being a bad influence.
Bro, cheers to that, bro. That's gang. This has been a mess of a talking head. I've heard that Shockwave is a bit of a diva. I'll say this right now, and I said it to Ryan, and I said it to these motherfuckers when they pulled in today. If Shockwave acts like a little bitch day of, and does anything that gets on our fucking nerves, I will not pay him and tell him to. I thought it was a really positive interaction. I like the guy.
The first match we're going to talk about is Big Dust taking on Shockwave the Robot. And this is a battle of top 500 ranked wrestlers in the world, and it is Big Dust's main goal in life to take on every single wrestler who ranked at number 500 and defeat them in the squared circle.
Man versus machine, Big Dust, Shockwave the Robot.
Hey! $4. Fucking asshole.
Big fan of his, and it's just so sad that this had to happen.
Darius, how do you get so high on the PWI every year?
By being great. I'm amazing. What do you want me to tell you? No, I gotta be humble.
No, you don't. That's not what this documentary is.
I work really hard. Yes, of course I work really hard, but I'm Darius Carter, 144. Kicking the door, waving 144. All they heard was Carter, don't hit me no more, and I had to keep hitting. I don't write to them. They put me on there because I show my talent, I showcase my talent, I work, I stay smart, a businessman, and I hustle in the ring. All right?
We are going to ECWA Night of Unusual Matches. Nelson is in the King of ECWA Battle Royal. Killian is going against LA Vin for the ECWA Legacy Championship. And I will be going against Shockwave the Robot.
Did you bring any guns?
Oh, baby. I'm fucking strapped.
Do you have anything to call, anything special, signature moves?
Well, we wanted to use a gun, but somebody won't let us.
Yeah, America's taken away.
He said it's because of the children.
I want to be Mr. 500. Can you just like beat me and jump ahead?
Did you guys call it?
No, I don't even know who's in it.
And there goes Killian's protege out of the ring that quickly.
Shoot me off, big back body.
Killian McMurphy already in trouble. Off the ropes, big back body drop in the center of that ring.
I'll roll out. You beat my ass with some of the weapons.
Yeah.
Shoot me off and give me a hip toss. That'll be Nelly's cue. Nelly will come out with the chain. And then you'll go over to him and you'll be like, what the hell's your problem? And he pulls out the ticket. Okay. And he shows everybody the ticket.
He's a funny dancing robot, you know? How tough can it be?
I'm nervous because everyone and their mother is saying the dude's got a big ego.
I've heard no positive things at all.
Okay.
Somebody said last night at the show, they were like, Shockwave's surprisingly cheap. I'm like, I guess I'm surprisingly cheap. What the fuck?
I'm just hoping from the perspective of what I'm doing tonight, none of that applies to putting together the match.
Right.
I'm not expecting him to want to do like flippy shit or anything.
Of course, yeah. He's
and I expect him to like look at me and be like, okay, I know what I'm getting into. It just depends on like what it looks like.
Yeah, and what he wants to do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure like dance spot in the beginning maybe.
I think the match went really well. The crowd really liked it. Everyone in the back really liked it. Mr. Ulala said very sweet things. And after the match, Shockwave, he compared me to like other like really insane comedy shticky wrestlers. And I'm like, whoa, that's fucking insane. Ulala, Colt Cabana, Space Monkey, and a couple of other people, but I was like, holy shit, that's so cool. I think just overall, like a really, really good night, honestly.
I was just about to come.
2018 in New Orleans when you were on that Ring of Honor Supercard of Honor show.
Only Ray grabbed me for a pile driver and said, I'll cancel this whole show. Were you scared he was really going to do it?
No. As the authority, how are you feeling going into the contest?
Yeah, just click. I'm just happy to, like, ref a match between, like, two of my closest wrestling friends.
Let you put that in your own discretion.
Oh, low blow. I didn't see the low blow. Hey Cheryl, how'd you like to meet me at the whoopsie bin? That's the booker.
It's an important day today, because old Smellbird's back in action.
Hello, I'm Smellbird, and I'm back in action. Nervous, but excited. Done 2 matches since I've been back, but they haven't been advertised. This is the first advertised.
And look out! What is Bauer doing? Oh no! Bulldog into the exposed knee of Killian McMurphy. Oh no! No water in the pool! I think he just lost 3 inches off of his height, Jordan!
Oh my god. Yeah, okay, so we might have lost to the Diamond City War Machines after the beautiful and sexy debut of Bud the Stud.
It's time, Jordan! Welcome to Wilkes-Barre!
I come out here with this beautiful body and I can't get nothing done, but next time, right?
Oh, say can you see?
That was so hard not to laugh.
Hey. Oh, Nelly. I'm just so ding-dang stressed. I've hyped up this big match for the week of the list, and I can't think of a single thing. Well, let's look at the list. Ooh, 2008, Kurt Angle. That's Kurt Adonis. Who? Okay, 2005, Nick Nemeth. Who? Oh, this is worthless. There's nobody good.
Oh, it's spelled wrong.
It's perfect! Zeus! Why didn't I think of this before?
Well, what are we gonna do? Am I supposed to just grab this evil Latin spell book and find the perfect spell that turns you into the size of this 2022 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Ultimate Edition Zeus action figure? Just doesn't make any sense.
No, you idiots! We're gonna use this evil Latin spellbook to find the spell to shrink me to the size of this 2022 San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Ultimate Edition Zeus action figure.
Okay, that makes sense.
Alright, Nelly? I'm ready. Let's do this.
You got this, bud.
Ade due dambala. Give me the power, I beg of you.
Your prayers on your hands and knees.
How about you make me, big man?
I am going to be
Is that all you got?
No!
Put me down! Put me down! No! 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 No!
Oh, okay. Well, that could have gone better. Whew.
There's always next year.
Oh.
What happens if you're number 499?
If I'm 499, I'll kill myself. Hello, it is September 13th. And the Pro Wrestling Illustrated's out. Look, whoa, he's on it. That's crazy. It's live reaction, folks, live reaction. Fuck all of these people. I don't care. Oh my god. I know that mug anywhere. Killy McMurphy, 270. Look at him. He even got a goddamn picture. That's hysterical. That's awesome. Eel has been spotted. Awesome. Fuck yeah. 277. That's a good number. It's a good number. Alright, here's the big moment. 499. Big Dustin Wilson. Affable protagonist of Being 500, Doc. We got the fucking documentary mentioned on the magazine. That's insane. Co-host of Birds on Film. And there's number 500, Andre Chase? What?
Is he like a goofy guy? Is he a silly young man? Yeah. Well, we can like try to bother him.
Do we chase him? Do we go to the NXT Performance Center?
Alright, there you go.
Wait, do I have this in the shot with me?
Bro, we've been smoking weed literally the whole documentary.
Be somebody's.
Be somebody's.
Yeah, just documentary B-roll.
I see you want to be Mr. 500.
Of course.
First and foremost, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
It's very prestigious.
Yes.
Unbeknownst to the wrestling world. But you wanting to be that, you really have to go through me.
From Raleigh, North Carolina, he's got Timmy Lou, the infinite Timmy Lou.
Because no one really gave a damn about 500 until I became Mr. 500.
Hey, that's true. But,
So all those people you've been challenging, the formers, don't mean shit unless you challenge and beat me. So.
You know, like my people will be in touch with your people, and then we'll work from there. How about that?
That's fine. There you go.
Thank you.
Only problem with that is my people is a universe. You be well.
Big Dustin Wilson, Pro Wrestling Illustrated 500, number 499, 2023, final interview. I've wanted to do a lot of different things with this ending, but some events happened and I'm not sure what to do. The Timmy Lou match was set up. I was very excited. Apparently, he himself was very excited, and that's a pretty fun part of the story, you know. Timmy is a very influential character in the story of the PWI 500, and leading up to the match, I won't lie, I was really nervous. My blood pressure was spiking everywhere I went. We were going to New York, and in New York, you have to get checked up before you work, and I was getting scared that I wasn't able to, but I was really trying, and then the fucking company shut down. Invictus just shut down. This is no shade to the people that work at Invictus. I have so much love and appreciation for them, and they really wanted to be a part of this story, but they can't. I had already been spiraling a little bit at that point, not really feeling well about myself. And I don't know, that hurt. It really hurt. To me, that was going to be the ending. The guy that didn't get 500 again got 499 instead, facing the biggest, most influential 500 person. You know, that was cool to me. But you know, there's a silver lining a little bit in all of that chaos. I had one match left, and it was against Rob.
Bastard, man. He was ready all along. He's a liar. Big-time cyclone. Hey. Get him out of here. Big Moonsault eliminates Big Dust.
Day of the show, Miles and I go and get Nelly. And he's not picking up his phone at all. No texts, FaceTime, nothing. Instagram, nothing. I'm starting to get deja vu here, you know. And we go to his house. His mom answers the door. Hasn't seen him. I go to his partner's home. Nothing. He had been drinking the entire day before. Or at least up until some crazy amount in the morning. I mean, he's just no-showed. Nothing. Didn't text me for weeks. You know, I wish I could give him the ending that he deserves, you know. Because I know he's a good person. And I know he's sick. And I want to help him. And I'm not trying to paint him as the bad guy. It just sucked. Maybe it was the pressure, you know, that we put on him to be in this film, to be a part of this, to be in wrestling again, something that maybe caused him to start drinking before. I don't fucking know. I feel like I enabled this to happen. I feel like because of the pressure that I put on him, he fell back on the wagon. You know, I look at the footage that I got this whole time, and it's just, he's drinking all over it. Didn't notice at the time. He's sitting there talking about sobriety with a goddamn glass of alcohol in his hand. I'm a fool. I helped him get to that point. I want to end this movie with a message of being hopeful, loving people, and the fact that the people that you surround yourself with will propel you up and help you with anything that you want, and you can do anything that you set your mind to. But that's not how I feel. At least right now. I feel hopeless. I feel disgusting. And this is all because of professional wrestling? All this weight that's on my shoulders, and the times that I've been screaming and crying and punching walls are over professional wrestling, independent professional wrestling. I mean, I'm at this level. I can't even imagine if I get to here, you know? I'm struggling here. I can't do it. I can't do it anymore. My body hurts. My mind is numb, and all of my tears are dried up. I have nothing left to give. This whole angle has taken everything from me. I'm broke, fat, and sad. And you know, it could change. It could change. But sometimes it just feels like I'm performing in front of a room of nobody. All eyes are on me, but nobody's fucking watching. Maybe I can find peace if I accept that. You know, just be happy with what I do, with the people I love. But sometimes it's difficult to do that. It has been an absolute pleasure to be Pro Wrestling Illustrated number 500 ranked wrestler in the world. I recognize the honor that it is to be listed among some of the greatest talents and sweetest people I have ever met. But being 500 is pretty fucking difficult.
Okay. That was good.